you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good. What's where are we?
We are.
What day is it, man?
This is Friday.
Where am I?
Occupy Seattle.
Friday, Occupy Seattle.
Right.
Today's the 7th of October, right?
Right.
Cool. What's your name, man?
Travis.
Travis, you've been here. I know I've noticed you here most of the day today.
Yes.
Tell me about what's going on here and what you're doing.
Well, I actually started out down on 2nd in Madison when it first started out a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
When it was only like,
Why 2nd in Madison?
There was the federal building were down there, but I believe the federal building was closed down.
Okay.
But that seemed to be a good area until
Cool.
I moved here. But I'm here. What first brought me out was seeing the police beating down people in New York.
Yeah.
I came down here even though I
Did you see that video of that girl getting pepper sprayed?
Oh yeah, no.
It was a 9-year-old little girl, right?
Yeah. What I heard was I think there were a lot of incidents, but there was one really well-known one where it was
there was Mr.
So did they really try to occupy the New York Stock Exchange?
Tony Baloney. Tony Baloney, the police officer, pepper sprayed the group of ladies.
Yeah. I wonder what that guy's doing right now, hiding out in his house.
To occupy the New York Stock Exchange? Please tell me now.
I don't know, Travis. What's your understanding of that?
The stock exchange? I'm not sure.
I heard that's what they were doing when it happened.
I think that was kind of.
No, what I was talking about, there was actually they had their the fencing.
The fucking they had the girls blocked
off, and there was just a group of young girls sitting there, and I believe they started.
Oh, and they wrapped around them, and then they started spraying inside.
What happened? They started to shout shame because they were taking down someone with a camera or something, and out of nowhere, a white jacket cop or a white shirt cop, one of the head guys, walks up, sprays, turns around, and walks away. Because obviously, you know.
So you saw that video on YouTube, obviously.
That brought me out here. I'm not. I'm actually a Tea Partier.
Yeah. So sorry, say that last part.
I'm actually a Tea Partier.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
That's right. So obviously, I'm not from the same.
So hold on. I'm going to say that again. So you consider yourself a part of the Tea Party movement.
Yes.
And yet you also feel this is totally appropriate to be here, and this is
I believe a lot of it comes out of the same spirit.
Yeah.
A bunch of people that really aren't usually out demonstrating, realizing that something is really screwed up in the system.
Yeah.
And just as the way that you see the right try to co-opt the Tea Party, you're going to see the left try to co-opt this movement.
The right co-opt the Tea. So the Tea Party is not the same thing as the right. In your understanding?
No, there were people, I remember, especially at the beginnings, there were people from all persuasions out there saying, government's too big, we're being taxed too much, we're spending too much. I mean, everyone has their different ideas of
this is really exciting. I mean, this is, I think just in the last day or so, you started to hear people kind of connect the dots like, wait a minute, this sounds a lot like what the Tea Party's talking about.
Exactly.
Let's get these guys together and have a party.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
I think that would be great. But I think what they're going to try to do, which a lot you hear in the chatter in the media, I listen to the right-wing radio. They're calling these guys just basically, this is the left-wing Obama campaign. Is what they're going to try to put it at, to try to divide.
Is it working? I mean, there are people that are of the Tea Party. Are they listening to Glenn Beck and Eric Cantor and saying, yeah, fuck those?
Actually, you know what?
Van Jones.
Alex Jones,
okay.
A lot of people that I know are actually waking up.
Yeah, awesome.
A lot of them are seriously looking at it and seeing, especially once you start. My biggest concern is the Federal Reserve.
Say again?
The Federal Reserve. There's a lot of the Fed movement around here too, and I heavily support that. I believe that's basically the head of the beast.
So what my friends are saying is that we're sort of having a revelation here that hey, we agree with the Tea Party's complaints. We think they were really misinformed and would like to have a lot of teach-ins and say, hey, you guys are angry, but you kind of got tricked into being angry at the wrong people.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
Well, like I said, it's the same thing. They had the right ideas. They said, no, let's just rally and vote in the next puppet. Right?
Yeah.
And I think they're going to try hard to do the same thing here. I think they're going to try to, like the socialists. I don't believe that. I think that's something that's dividing. We're the 99% here, and I guarantee that 99% of America isn't socialist.
So
we got to find the real solutions that won't divide us, that won't be partisan, left or right. And basically, if we go after something like the Federal Reserve, everyone I talk to, even on my side of the political spectrum, I'm not completely right-winger.
Yeah, you don't really seem like it. Yeah.
I'm for Ron Paul.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
A lot of people here
Has Ron Paul said anything about this movement?
Ron Paul.
I have not gotten Ron Paul's quote on this movement. know.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know that.
I guarantee you that he supports the Fed. He supports a lot of everything that's being talked about out here, except for, like you would see, like the socialist side. Or
I mean, there's the issue of taxing the rich, right? There's some finer points to be worked out there.
Partisan left, right, divide. 99%. Okay, we're not all socialists. We're not all capitalists. We're not, but if we look at the issues and we focus in on some of the real problems, like the Federal Reserve's complete control of our money system, where we have to pay basically interest on every single dollar in our system. Every single dollar you see is debt.
They print more money to get us out of the
But they don't just print it, they borrow it from the Fed to print it. So that all the money in there is being paid. You could have the government return the money powers to Congress, as we could be printing our own money to spend interest-free.
Yeah. And the debt goes not just you and me, but our children.
Everyone. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna collapse the entire system.
For the years to come, it's gonna be a debt.
It's gonna collapse. I don't even know if they can sustain it for much longer.
I don't want to get too far into the details of this, not to cut off your conversation there, but it seems like it's kind of made confusing on purpose. But it seems like enough people are figuring out enough about it, the broad strokes, to kind of get the sense of what's basically wrong with it, is what I hear you guys saying.
How is it confusing? What's the confusing aspect of it? I think saying it's confusing.
Do you think most people in America understand even what the Fed really is or how it works?
I think the basic principle is that...
I don't think most people do.
Well, most people understand that the Fed prints money, and it's money that we all pay for in the end. I did not get that. I mean, it's a bit...
I hope people are understanding it more.
Everybody understands that's the way it works.
I want to finish with one question here, and I'll get both you guys on here.
All right.
What are the... this is fascinating, the idea that... this isn't the first time I heard this tonight. This is being said in with increasing overtones, that the Tea Party and the Occupy movement could find some common ground and kick some ass together. What is what would be the terms of that agreement? You guys could just stand together here, and then I could get you both. Yeah, go over here in the light. Yeah. What would be the get a little closer together there, guys? What are the fundamental things? Like, what's the one thing that those sides could agree on and rally together on? Maybe one at a time.
Okay, well, I think a lot could agree on taking back the powers to print our own money from the Federal Reserve. Without that, I don't think anything else is going to fix the issue.
So that's an important one.
And also, staying away from the divisive issues that are putting out there specifically to divide the movement.
What's an example?
Which is, like I said...
gay rights?
No.
Gay marriage?
No. The whole capitalism versus socialism, left versus right. That whole because we're against the 1%, right?
Yeah.
And the 1% isn't the corporation, or even his corporation. It's not the business down your street. It's not the guy that worked his whole life to build a $500,000 business. And I mean, it's the real crooks at the top. So I mean, if you start pitting people against each other, you pick out the top 10%.
It's kind of hard to tell who's a Tea Party and who's an Occupy, With language like that, I mean,
and that's great.
That's why we're having this conversation, I think. Awesome.
We all see the problem.
What's your name again?
I'm Travis.
Travis, thanks so much. Did you say your last name?
Beakley.
Yes. Travis Beakley. Travis, you're from Seattle?
From Seattle.
Awesome. Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I am 27.
Awesome. Travis, thanks so much.
Thank you.
What's your name, man?
Roberto De La Fuente.
Roberto De La Fuente. What do you think about what...
Well, see, we're all here. Occupy Seattle is all about corporate greed, ending corporate greed. What I'm about, I don't try
You're a Ron Paul guy.
Ron Paul supporter.
Yeah.
Not a Tea Party member, not a member of any real party. But the way I see it, I mean, we just have to see what we believe in. I think corporate greed's terrible.
Awesome.
Occupy Seattle thinks corporate greed's terrible.
Doesn't seem like there's anyone that disagrees with that anymore.
Corporation greed, where does it come from? It comes from government collusion of governments and corporations. Keep them separate, and we'll be all much better off.
Awesome. Roberto De La Fuente. Are you from Seattle?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Keep the Federal Reserve out of it. The Federal Reserve is really what causes all our problems. I mean, that's what we all need to realize. It's just printing money out of thin air to bail out corporations that are failing. What does it do?
I've heard the term the phantom wealth economy, that we're living in the phantom wealth economy, and a transition could be made to a real wealth economy, where we count our wealth in terms of crops in the ground and healthy children and so forth. What do you think of that?
Right. Well, Can you repeat that last part of it?
Where the way we measure our wealth, we measure things that are real wealth, like crops in the ground, like the health of our children, like diabetes rates, like people having enough to eat.
Those things are great things of value. Prosperity, that all amounts to prosperity and how good we can